Hello everyone, welcome to the video. Today we're going to talk about drawing some of the features of the face, and we'll start with the eyes. So the first thing you want to do to draw the eyes is think about the shape of our eyeball, which is a sphere. So we start by drawing a circle. So we want to lightly draw in a circle. Try and get it as round or as close to a circle as you can. And then we need to imagine this as a 3D form. So we imagine this as a ball or a sphere. And then we need to draw the eyelids wrapping around the eye. So what that looks like is if we're drawing the left eye, we want to take the eyelid and have it curve over the form, imagining that this is the ball still and our eyelid is wrapping around it, not just going on top of it, but going up and over and then also under, like this. And this looks pretty close to an eye already, but an eyeball has, or the feature on the face, the eye on the face, has a few other unique qualities. So we can take this a little further and start to shape out some of those things. If this is our left eye, our nose is going to be here, and that means that our tear duct is going to be here. So we need to draw that in on this side. You notice that we're coming off of the sphere on this side, but we're going to stay within the sphere on this side. And then that is going to wrap around. So we can start to shape it a little more like how the eye is shaped from where we were. Include some of the eyelid information. The eyelid is going to come over, come back down over here. And this under eyelid is going to come under and then back up over here. So you should have something that looks like this, roughly. So we can start to darken in those lines. Really get something that's looking nice and eyeball-like. Okay. We need to draw the iris, which is the colored part of the eyeball. Ours is going to be looking up a little bit. Typically when you draw the eye, you don't want to show the complete top and the complete bottom at the same time. That'll make your eye look really surprised, which is, if that's what you're going for, that's okay. But typically just for like a resting face, our eye is gonna either be, our iris is gonna be covered either at the top or at the top and the bottom if our face is really at rest. This could be like looking up a little bit. Not a whole lot. Okay, the next thing you're going to want to do is include the pupil, which is just the opening of the eye, how we see. So we see through this little part here. Just fill that in. To do the iris, It's really easy. You can just kind of put some lines that are all going towards the pupil, like that, and then just start to draw smaller lines on the outside into it, and as you go, and start to shade from the outside in, and you'll start to get something that looks really nice. Okay, to draw the eyelashes and things, we don't have to go too much into detail on the eyelashes. You don't have to draw every individual hair. So unless you're drawing like an eye really up close, you don't really want to include that information too much. So what I'll typically do is just go from the outside edge and draw some hairs, and as we get closer, start to turn them in. The bottom eyelid, you can do the same thing, but these are going to be a little smaller. There you go. If you're drawing an eye that is like kind of farther away, maybe on the face of a character, you won't really include all this. Typically, maybe you'll just draw a section for the eye. I want to start drawing a simplified version. This is the shape. It's gonna be, I think it's called like a trapezoid shape. So it's like a rectangle, but it's being squished over. So it's like kind of falling over. Let's see. So if we erase that, that's what we'll get. So this is kind of the shape of the eye that we're going for, but of course it's going to be like a little more curved than that, something like that. So when you're drawing your character, you need to include their eye. Maybe you'll just do something like this, and then for the eyelashes, you'll just have a shape, just like a shape like that, not necessarily a bunch of eyelashes like this. Just a little shape like that. Down here, maybe something like that. Drawing that in. But to do it correctly, you want to start with this circle. Don't skip the construction steps. You can really tell when you're learning, that kind of stuff will really help you to get it all right. Okay, to do a little bit less rendering, you want to include maybe a shadow that the top lid is casting on the eyeball itself, and that'll help your eye to look pretty realistic. And we can include like a little bit of shine on the eye. And that's about it. Cool, thanks for joining, and love to see what your eyes end up looking like. And I hope you learned something.